has 2 rooms. I am in one room and I rent another room out. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, so let's see, I started probably about 4 years ago, and it took me a while to build up my clientele, but it happened really fast. A lot of people are really into getting their skin clear or um, brightened, things like that. So business has been great. Um, yeah, and I love it. It's really a fun industry. Um,
Yeah.
the beauty industry is always evolving.
And Joanna, can you elaborate on like what it takes to become an esthetician? Do we have to go to school or acquire any certifications?
Okay, so yes, you need to go to beauty school and you have to take the aesthetics courses. It is 600 hours, which is, if you're going full time, which is about 6 to 7 months, and you're going Monday through Friday. So you take your aesthetics courses, and once you're done with all your hours, then you go apply to take the state test, and there you get your license. So in order to do facials, lashes, things like that, you need a aesthetics license through the state of California.
And remind us again, how long have you been doing this?
It's been about 4 years now.
Now, did you have a career change?
I I was a stay-at-home mom for years. So I said, when my son turns 5 and he's in school, I'm going to do something fun that I want to do. So I always loved the beauty industry and skincare, things like that. So I said, I'm going to go to aesthetic school. So I did, and it was the best decision I ever made.
And prior to that, did you have any like post-secondary education?
So before this, I was going to college right away. So before kids and before marriage, I was a behavioral therapist. So I worked with children with autism. And then I got married, and I've been home with my kids since then. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. So what does a day look like for you in your career? You get up in the morning and what are the first things you do?
So I get up in the morning, I get ready. Sometimes I have laundry. I use a lot of towels. So I'll have to get all my laundry together, and I take it with me to the studio. Get to the studio and I set up for my client. So my first client says at 10 o'clock. A facial usually takes an hour to an hour and a half. And then you have 30 minutes after that to clean up, set up for your next client. So when I set up for my clients, I have to make the bed, sheets, blankets so they're comfortable, a nice pillow. I have a heated pad on the table. Once they come in, I greet them. We talk about their skin concerns and their goals. And then I get to work.
You kind of mentioned that you wanted to start this career after your child grew up. Was there a specific moment or is there something that inspired you to pursue this career?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. My friend, she was in the skincare industry, and she needed to get her aesthetics license in order to excel in her career. So I said, well, let me look at schools for you. Well, while I was looking, I was getting excited myself. And I said, hey, I could do this too. It sounds pretty reasonable, Monday through Friday, while the kids are at school, and it's only 600 hours. And it went by so fast because it was so fun, you know. Um, yes, so that because I had a love for it, but also, well, you know what? Before this, actually, let me back up. Before the kids, so before, like, probably between my 20s and between 20 and 30, I started a cosmetic line. So I sold cosmetics. I worked for a hair care product company who developed products. So I developed professional makeup artist, eyeshadows, lipsticks, everything they would need to perform maybe bridal makeup or on stage makeup. So I would go to beauty shows and sell my product. And I did that for a while. And then I got into something else. And then it just kind of snowballed from there.
Yeah, thank you for that. So what types of things motivate you to continue in this role?
Helping people. I really love, I love helping people anyway, but to see them come in feeling discouraged or embarrassed about their acne skin, and once I start working with them and they get clear and they no longer have acne, and they can go without wearing makeup, like some of the girls say, I can actually go without wearing makeup because I feel confident in my skin. That what keeps me going is giving people the confidence about how they look.
I love that. Can you share with the students about what's some of the hardest things you've dealt with in this career?
The hardest things I've dealt with, well, there's a lot of competition right now. So you're competing with a lot of estheticians now that are doing, and right now there's a lot of people also doing lashes and facials that aren't even licensed and that are charging maybe cheaper than I am because, of course, they don't have the license. When you do that, though, and you do things without a license, not a certificate, that doesn't mean anything. You need a license from the state. So a lot of us licensed estheticians have been coming up against, the competition of these individuals that are not licensed. And also, um, I would say, honestly, for me, it's my clients being compliant with their skincare routine.
So you give people a blueprint and like a recipe to follow, and sometimes they kind of divert from that plan.
Yes. And so they want something to happen right away. And working on your skin, it takes months, sometimes years, depending on how severe your acne is or your discoloration is. Um, so we're a team. My client and I are a team. We got to work together. Without, your part was, to do products and take care of your skin at home. And then you come see me and I do the professional side of it. And we can get you to where you want to be. But a lot of clients, they want to get, clear. They want everything right away. And so, they stop following their regimen that they need to follow because they get discouraged.
I understand. So as an esthetician, what kind of life lessons have you learned from this role?
I really learned to love your skin. I mean, everybody has pores. Everybody has pimples here and there. And getting there's no such thing as perfect skin. I always thought oh, I see celebrities on TV. It's like, wow, her skin's so smooth and shiny. It looks like she has no pimples and no pores. But that is not true. There's nobody that doesn't have pores or a pimple here and there. I mean, there are some that maybe get that lucky, but the average person, we all, and to feel comfortable in my skin, I used to have acne as well. And I remember how it felt. And yeah, so I think learning how just to accept and love yourself um, and don't expect perfection.
Can you see yourself doing this in 10 years? Or where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Yes, I love what I do. This is the best decision. I have fun. I love my clients. You get to meet new people. You get to help them feel better about themselves. So my goal is, I have a studio now. So my goal is I would like to expand, get some employees, and make my business purely an acne clinic. So I would like to do that and have several employees. So that's all we're doing. Our services, if you're going to come to me, it's going to be for an acne issue. So that's what I would do, to open an acne clinic.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
And to start my own product line. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you have any advice for, any youth or any students that are currently suffering from acne issues or, kind of self-esteem issues with their skin?
yeah, so don't feel bad about it, and don't look at social media and magazine pictures, because that's not real. It's all airbrushed. So the first step is to cleanse. It's very simple. You just cleanse and just and realize that you're not the only one suffering. There's a lot of people who have, even myself, and it goes through all age groups too. So, but that it can be helped if you get the right help. But cleansing, number one, just having a good cleanser, not soap, not a bar soap, but a cleanser, you'll go a long way
Yeah,
with
thank you for that.
clearing up some.
And can you elaborate on where a student that is interested in this can go to acquire these certifications at a community college or a trade school? How does that work? Where did you go?
So I went to a trade school, but they're no longer offering the aesthetics program. But community colleges, some community colleges do, like PCC, Pasadena Community College. Citrus has an amazing program, and they have a high rate. And what you want to is you want to look for a school that has a high rate of their students passing the state board tests. Because if you don't pass it, you have to do it again and again, until you get it. So yeah, and there's also some adult schools. I know, I believe it's La Puente Adult School that has it. And the good thing about going to the not going to a trade school and going through the college route, it may take a little longer, but the price is better. I know a lot of private schools are like 10,000, 15,000, and that's too much. The average should be 4,000 to like maybe 6,000 for your whole education.
Okay, not too bad. I was wondering, could you talk about like the lucrative side of the business? How much can one expect to make in this line of work?
So the money that's another great thing. So of course you got to keep practicing at your craft, and you got to start, trial and error, for at least a couple years. Once you start getting comfortable, when you get to a point where you're comfortable and you have clients that have actually progressed within at least 2 to 3 years, then you can up your prices. And because right now the average, I charge $120 just for a basic facial, and that's 45 minutes. And I charge all the way up to $300. And $300 I charge for a facial peel, which is an acid on your face. I put it on for 15 minutes and I get my $300. Say you do 3 facials a day at $150, 1, 2, 3, like $400 a day. You can even make more if you work more. You can make really great money working even part-time, but the money is very lucrative. You do lashes. People love lashes. So you charge them $100, $150, but guess what? They have to come every 2 weeks to get their lashes filled. So you're getting that. If you want to get into waxing, if you're an esthetician, you can also get into waxing. Waxing, you can charge, say, $50, $65 for a wax job and be done in 15 minutes. So you're making like $65 in 15 minutes. So it could be very lucrative.
Oh, very impressive. Very impressive. Does anybody here have any questions for Miss Joanna while we have her on? Anybody? Okay. Well, I think we'll wrap this up. I want to thank you again, Joanna, for participating in our career week. Yeah, we have a question over here. Go ahead.
Yes, we do.
Yes. So what are a few of your favorite procedures to do with your clients, and why?
My favorite procedures are doing facial peels. I love facial peels. I mean, the downtime, you have about a week of a downtime where your skin's actually shutting off. After that, your beautiful skin comes out. It's brighter. Acne scars, acne pigmentation fades, and your skin is tighter. It just looks luminous right after a peel. So it's an awesome transformation. So I really like doing those because it's usually always, a 10 out of 10 with my clients. I also like to do microdermabrasion. So microdermabrasion, it smooths out your skin and exfoliates the top layer to get all the dead skin cells off. So after that, you also look very glowy and your natural skin starts coming through. Oh, and I love doing, yeah. And the reason why I love doing them is because the client can see results, you know, within a week or two with the microdermabrasion right away. With the peel, like in a couple of weeks, by a month, I mean, your skin is beautiful and amazing for at least 6 months until your next peel. And that's how you would go about doing that. But just, you know, seeing my clients happy and looking great and confident, that makes me feel good.
Any other questions? All right, I think we'll sum this up. Thank you again, Joanna, for
Okay.
making time out of your day, taking time out of your day and, you know, gracing us with your presence. You know, who knows, you might have inspired the next esthetician. So we really appreciate you, you know, passing on this knowledge to our youth, and perhaps we can have you again in the future.
Definitely. And if you have any other questions that aren't answered today, feel free to get in touch. Okay,
Thank
bye
you.
guys. Thank
Appreciate it.
you. Good
Have a
luck.
great day.
Thank you.